Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of USA Gymnastics, AEG Management Connecticut, the state of Connecticut, and the city of Hartford, thank you so much for coming out here today for this fantastic announcement. Today we're going to hear from XL Center General Manager and Senior Vice President Chuck Steedman, Governor Daniel P. Malloy, Hartford Mayor Pedro E. Segarra, and President and CEO of USA Gymnastics, Steve Penny. Without further ado, to make the official announcement of this fantastic event, please join me in welcoming Chuck Steedman.
Thank you, Tim, and thank you very much, everybody, for coming today. We couldn't be any more excited about making this event for the return of this fantastic event here in Hartford. On behalf of AEG, I'm thrilled to announce that the US Gymnastics Championships will be returning to Hartford and the state of Connecticut on August 14th through 17th of next summer, 2013. The competitive events will take place at the XL Center and the Convention Center, Connecticut Convention Center, and the Convention Center will also host the industry's annual trade show and convention, which is known as the USA Gymnastics Congress, which is held in tandem with the Gymnastics Championships. This is a great day for the state of Connecticut and the city of Hartford, and landing this event is the result of a great effort put forth by an awful lot of people, many of which are here today. First and foremost is our great partnership with the Convention Center in this event. I mean, it clearly could not happen without their ability to clear the decks, their ability to make the space available, and it really is gratifying to be able to work with a great team of people who operate that venue. Certainly, the hotel community needs to be thanked again, clearing the entire decks for an amazing week and making sure that we have the beds available to host an event like this is very, very important. The support of the newly formed Connecticut Convention and Sports Bureau, again, that's the reason why this entity was created, so that events like this can be attracted and retained here in Connecticut. The business leadership in our region, and certainly the thousands of fans who showed their great support in 2010 and paved the way for this event to return in 2013. What I'm perhaps most excited about is the fact that this is the first time in USA Gymnastics history with this event formatted the way it is, that they've awarded it to the same city in a 3-year cycle, same city twice in 3 years. It really is a tremendous compliment that USA Gymnastics has paid Hartford, paid the Convention Center, and paid the XL Center, and I know, Steve, we're going to do our best to repay it in spades to you. I want to thank Steve Penny, who's here with us once again, for placing with us your faith, not only in the venues, but in the city and in the state. It means an awful lot to us that you have chosen us for this event to return. You know, there's little question about the long-term popularity of gymnastics. It certainly is one of the most popular sports in the Olympic movement, and there's no doubt that its popularity has soared to new heights with the recent success in the London Olympics. It was just 9 short days ago that the Olympics ended, and a few days before that when gymnastics wrapped up, that all of us were captivated by the Fierce Five. And it really, again, is a tremendous opportunity for us to share something like that with all of our fans in the state of Connecticut. Steve, again, congratulations on an amazing performance in London. And not just that, but the long-term success of your organization. This wasn't a flash in the pan. There's no doubt that when we hosted the championships in 2010, by just about every metric, it was judged as a great success. The foundation for that great success certainly was due to the region's strong and influential gymnastics community. People like Robin and John Deary, who have given so much leadership support to the gymnastics community in the state of Connecticut. People like Sue Donis, who is working with us to host an amateur event here in the spring that'll bring 850 competitors. Again, it's that type of support in the gymnastics community that laid the foundation for a tremendous event. And again, we're incredibly grateful for their ongoing support in bringing the event here. With these great events, with the guidance from people like Robin, John, and Sue, the gymnastics community in general, it's pretty clear that Hartford and the state of Connecticut are about to become the capital of the sport of gymnastics. And that's a title we will hold proudly. AEG is ecstatic to have the opportunity to host it here, and we're counting down already to August 14th next year. The clock is ticking, we're ready to rock and roll, and again, we'll knock it out of the park and make it the best possible event. At this time, please join me in welcoming someone who has made economic development and tourism one of the very visible forces of his administration. From the prevalence of the state's renewed tourism marketing efforts, the creation of a statewide Connecticut Convention and Sports Bureau, he clearly understands the positive impact these types of events have on the state's economy and is a tremendous force in helping us attract events like this. Please join me in welcoming Governor Daniel P. Malloy. Thank you very much.
It's great. Thank you. It's great to be with everyone. I'm excited that we've been able to land this so very quickly after the first time the state of Connecticut, the city of Hartford, had sponsored this event at this venue. It's exciting. Obviously, we all can bask in the glow of what our Olympic team overall did, and certainly what they did in gymnastics. And having one of the athletes with a name that is extremely similar to mine, but different pronunciation is fun as well. We know that this will bring thousands of folks to Hartford to visit our city, to spend some dollars in our city and in our state, to see what we have to offer. In fact, the last time this event was held here, we had over 40,000 attendees, 9,000 hotel rooms being used, restaurants flourishing during that period of time, as they do almost any occasion when there's an event at the XL Center. It's a demonstration of the power that the XL Center holds for Hartford and greater Hartford area. So I'm very happy to join in these efforts. Now, just a few months ago, I was here with Commissioner Catherine Smith and others to celebrate UConn moving into Hockey East. Today, we celebrate a very different type of event, but very much related. Connecticut is a major player in sports. That's a reality. From the many athletes that we sent to the Olympics, to the presence of ESPN in Bristol, to the soon-to-be major footprint that NBC Sports will have in Stamford, as well as the event that we're celebrating today. This is part of our economic development strategy. We have a number of tax credits available on the commercial side, and we will do everything in our power to attract events like this to Connecticut venues, whether they're located at one of our great colleges or universities, or here at the XL Center or elsewhere. This is a great day for Hartford. It's a great day for this venue, and I think ultimately it's going to be a very good series of days for US Gymnastics here in Hartford next summer. This is an exciting time. We should be proud of what we've accomplished. We should be proud of to be able to host this event, and I want to thank you, Steve, for bringing it back to Connecticut. I will say this, and it was alluded to, that the largest concentration in a geographic area of United States gymnasts, of clubs, of organizations supporting gymnastics are right in this region. So whether we have it every year or every other year or every third year, it remains to be seen. But we know that we can turn out a crowd and that we can meet the needs of US Gymnastics. So it's great to be with you, and thanks for inviting me. Mayor, congratulations on Hartford's success in this one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor. I'd like to introduce someone who has, since the day he walked into his office, done nothing but be a tireless promoter for the city of Hartford and a tremendous resource for us here at the XL Center. Most importantly, a person who's given us great comfort knowing that we're out attempting to attract and retain great events like this. He's provided a tremendous help to our efforts. Hartford Mayor Pedro Segarra.
That was a handshake that Mr. Penny and I pledged to undertake when they left in 2010. It really was a catalyst to really help us jumpstart the economy of Hartford during a very critical time. So I want to thank Mr. Penny and USA Gymnastics for their commitment to the city and for believing in us and for believing that we can, with our different resources and assets in the city, promote and execute a national gymnastics competition that will not only bring gold to those contestants nationally, but will help in the process of bringing gold internationally via the Olympics. What can I say? This is such an important event for us. It highlights our city, it gives our city definition within the national context of sports, and it helps us in so many ways, not just economic, but also to build morale for our state in the area of gymnastics, in the area of sports. So this year, 2013, is going to be even a better year because we now have full support of our governor and his commissioners that will help in making sure that we make this the best event possible. We will work as a city to make sure that we have all those things in place that are required to make a successful event. So we want to thank you. We want to thank Mr. Steedman for believing also in our city and for helping to coordinate what is, it's not a simple thing to be able to bring these events back to our city, not only to work to make it successful, but also to do the things that you need to do to bring these sporting events back. So I want to thank both of you for working on this. And again, Mr. Governor, thank you for your support. I know we're going to have a great 4 days of competition. We want to fill up every single seat. We want to fill every single seat in our restaurants. I look forward to bouncing back and forth between restaurant and restaurants and go up to folks that are visiting us and saying, hi, how are you? How's your dinner? I'm the mayor, and they will just be like thrilled. So I'm looking forward to that because we need to do more of that. And I know that's what put us in the map as a prospective city to have the event again. So thank you so much, all of you, and I look forward to 4 great days. And I'm even looking forward to the, 4:30 a.m. workout in the state? 6:30. We're moving the time up because last time I remember being there a little bit earlier. Thank you for that. Thank you so much and congratulations, everyone.
Mr. Mayor, maybe that 6:30 just felt like 4:30. I'd like to introduce someone who has led USA Gymnastics as a governing body to unprecedented heights. And again, not just, this, as I said before, the Olympics wasn't a flash in the pan. This is part of a long-term, sustained growth strategy that the organization has. And those strategies were certainly very visibly highlighted by what happened in London. He's been a great steward to the sport on all levels, not only in America, but around the globe, and he's an absolute force to be reckoned with in the Olympic sports movement. Just ask any of the other national governing body presidents and CEOs, and they'll tell you. He's a great friend, an even better business partner, and based on our announcement and his presence here today, clearly a huge advocate for the city of Hartford and the state of Connecticut. Steve Penny, President and CEO of USA Gymnastics.
Well, thanks, Chuck, and thank you, Mr. Governor and Mr. Mayor, for your kind words. And I guess the only thing I really have to say is USA Gymnastics is back in Hartford. And we're proud to be back in Hartford. We've just gotten off what some would consider the most successful Olympics for us. When you leave the Olympic Games and you've won the women's team title and that prestigious gold medal and the women's all-around gold medal, it says something about the commitment that our athletes and our coaches have made to this sport. Over the last 12 years, our women are the most successful team in the world. And that double header, if you want to call it that, was the one thing that had eluded us. And it was really significant for our country and our team to be able to come out of London with both of those gold medals. It was the first time in the history of the sport for USA Gymnastics that we had back-to-back won the World Championship team title and the individual all-around title. So there was a lot of history made in London for us. I think, we would have liked to have come out of there with a men's team medal and maybe 1 or 2 other ones. But the fact that we did what we did, especially on the women's side, was very meaningful for our country, very meaningful for USA Gymnastics, and very meaningful, obviously, for the young girls who participate in this sport on a daily basis, and especially those 5 young women. We're looking forward to celebrating that success. And part of celebrating that success is looking ahead, looking down the road. We're going to come crashing down on Hartford November 17th here with the Kellogg's Tour of Gymnastics Champions. We want Hartford to share in the victory of what we experienced in London and share in the partnership that Hartford has contributed to our success over the last few years. We don't do this alone. You know, it's something that is a combination of everybody working together, all of our partners. You know, when I can go to the Olympic Games and see our athletes competing on that stage with confidence, we're the only country in the world that puts on the showcase for our athletes on a regular basis, like we did here in Hartford, like we do in other cities, and like we plan to do in 2013. It means a lot to our athletes and our coaches that they're not walking into a big arena like the O2 in London for the first time with all those bright lights, all those fans. They've been there, done that before. And that's the great thing about the US Championships and what cities like Hartford have helped us do. They've helped elevate our brand to a point where our athletes know they're being showcased. So when they go to the Olympic Games, they don't fold under the environment. They are ready for that environment. And so that's the significant role that a city like Hartford plays for us. So for us, you know, we want to share the celebration of the Olympic Games with great partners. And we believe in rewarding our best partners, and Hartford and the Excel Center fit that category. It was very easy for us to decide to return to Hartford in 2013 with this event, knowing that we had the state support, the city support, the gymnastics community support, the fact that the hotels and the convention center came together for us so quickly and have their support, and that the facilities that we need were all going to be here, made this decision very easy. You know, we want to thank the partners that have helped us make this possible, particularly the governor and the mayor. You know, I'll never forget, Mr. Mayor, leaving here after the last night. We were walking right down Trumbull Street, and we were looking at people stealing the signs off of the windows and things like that. And we were headed to the old State House to have, you know, a wrap-up. And it was just a really genuine feeling that we had about the success of the event, how much we had done for the city, how much the city had done for us. And it was a very easy thing for us to look at each other and say, we're going to do this again and very soon. You know, and it was a very genuine moment. I want to thank you, sir, for everything you've done to make us feel welcome. And Mr. Governor, we look forward to working more closely with your office over the next year as well. I want to thank the gymnastics clubs. You know, we couldn't do it without the support we get from the gymnastics community. And as the governor alluded to, this region is more densely populated with gymnastics clubs than any other part of the country. And the people that Chuck mentioned have stepped up, and we know they'll step up again, because this sport is a great sport for young people. It helps teach young kids about their bodies, how to use their bodies, how to use them productively, how to keep them healthy, how to exercise, a lot of the things that young people need to be more aware of today. And there's no better place for these kids to learn how to do this than the gymnastics clubs and the USA Gymnastics member clubs in this region. So we're excited to be able to bring that level of promotion back to them, to schools, to hospitals, to other kids that can use that little motivation. We now have 5 women who are heroes for our country, you know, and they are some of the best ambassadors to be out there talking to other kids, to be out there working with other kids, to inspire other kids. And we look forward to bringing them to Hartford to do just that. I want to thank the hotel partners in town. You know, we fill up the city pretty easily when we bring all of our folks. And that footprint is something that we're proud of, and we appreciate the cooperation we've got from the hotels, as well as our friends at the Bureau. Kurt and Jessica, thank you for all of your support and helping to get us down the road. I want to pay special recognition to our friend Andy Bissett from Travelers, who was a great corporate partner in 2010 and 2011, a great Olympian, and we appreciate his trust and efforts on our behalf as well. But most of all, you know, I need to thank Chuck Steedman and AEG. Chuck has become an extremely close friend and a professional confidant and a great partner to USA Gymnastics. And I can guarantee you that he pours his heart and soul into bringing world-class sports events and entertainment to this town. When we got picked up from the airport yesterday, a young man named Mike, who just started working here from Syracuse, picked us up. I said, what's coming up on the calendar? He goes, well, of course, your tour. That was the first thing he mentioned. And then he said, you know, Bruce Springsteen and Kelly Underwood? Huh? Carrie Underwood, sorry. Carrie Underwood. And then I thought back, I know Justin Bieber was here and Lady Gaga was here. And those things don't just happen. You've got to have people here that know how to make those successful. And Chuck and his team and the AEG partnership that accompanies this building is very committed to Hartford and very committed to doing that over a long period of time. And that's the kind of environment we look for, and that's the level of partnership we look for when being back here and being able to make a decision to be back here so quickly. I want to thank you, my friend, for everything you've done. We're very excited to make the 2013 US Gymnastics Championships the most successful ever, and we're confident that the city of Hartford will embrace that opportunity. Thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you, Steve, very much. In conjunction with the announcement today, we are excited to let you know that all session packages are now on sale. We encourage you to stop by our ticket office to learn about more information, or please stop by our group sales table to learn about group sales opportunities as well as sponsorship opportunities. Thank you all so much for coming out today. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next summer.